So I think it's time that we review all of the, well, at least the most important topics as it relates to Project 2025, because it seems like some of us were not staying ready, y'all. Some of us were not staying ready, and some of us are shocked. Some of us are concerned about what's to come. But if you were paying attention, right? Even if you only started paying attention after the results came in November, you would not be shocked. You would not be flabbergasted about the things that are happening, right? And I just wanted to come in today really quick because I have decided to kind of do another movement, like kind of come back on a more regular basis, just so that we keep track of the first 180-day promise that is outlined in Project 2025. I think it's imperative that we do that so that we're not, caught off guard, because more things are, coming down the pike, y'all. More things are going to come down the pike. And so, as we have done in the past, starting in November, we are going to each one teach one, make sure that each one of us stay abreast of not only the news, but the news that hasn't made the news yet. So the things that are still pending. And so I am going to start that today with, the topic of this conversation. It's going to get worse, y'all. It's going to get worse. There was a manifesto, 180-day promise that is still out there for everyone to see. It's still out there for you to go and research. Matter of fact, earlier today, I posted a clip of a video that I did back, what was it, December, first week in December, that outlined the top 30 initiatives that that was part of the Project 2025 mandate. And lo and behold, damn if they ain't damn if they ain't do what they said they were going to do. And so, today I kind of want to just go over some of those things that have been accomplished. And then tomorrow we're going to talk more about the things that still have to be accomplished, right? Some of the things that they are working on. And if any one of you guys follow Tabitha Speaks Politics, she also recently did a video. Actually, I'm going to bring up one of the resources that she used after I introduce myself. I'm going to bring up one of the resources that she used. For some reason, I feel like my camera may be a little cloudy. Let's do that. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to bring up one of the resources that she used. First, I'm going to say hi to some people after I introduce myself. Hey, everyone, what's up? I am Kim, aka Kim with the Gems. And on this channel, we talk all things wellness, travel, and finance from a cultural perspective, a cultural point of view. Lately, we have been on a stay ready mission, a stay ready so we don't have to get ready movement, because these are the times that we're in, right? Yes, we'll continue to talk about money. Matter of fact, I have an announcement that I'll make in a second. We have a guest speaker coming on Wednesday, and we'll be here for every Wednesday during Financial Literacy Month, which is April. And I'm excited to share who that is and more about that in a minute. I'll also talk about travel. There are some things happening with people, and actually our financial conversation will have a little travel mixed in it. But anyway, back to today's topic. But I do want to kind of come back more regularly and just make sure that we stay abreast of things that are still pending. We should not be panicked when these things happen, because we know, we're prepared. We know that they're coming, right? And so let me say, and if I didn't invite you to go ahead, I see so many of my Flawless members, my Gem Nation members in the chat. So if you're not part of the community, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, become part of the Gem Nation family. Here, it's each one teach one. I encourage you to be part of the conversation. Share your knowledge. If you see something, say something, right? This is community building. This is us staying ready through community. We can only have strength in numbers. Be part of many communities, not just this community. Find communities that align with your core values, join, participate, all of that. And so I invite you to go ahead and subscribe, share this video, comment in the comment section, be respectful. I don't tolerate disrespect, so don't even waste your time, okay? Please don't. I can debate. I don't mind a good debate. Those of you who know. But disrespect, yeah, we don't have time for that. We got things to do. So let me say hi to some people who have, hey, LJ, welcome, part of the Gym Nation and MAGA family. Hey, Moni. Hey, oh, y'all saying hey to each other. Hey, WM, Gym Nation and MAGA family. Hey, ABX girl. Hey, Grace and Opportunity. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Laura, Gym Nation MAGA family. Hey, Christine, my moderator with the wrench, Gym Nation, MAGA, and all the things. Good to see you. Yeah, so I'm just going to get right into it. Like I said earlier today, I posted a clip. I'll share part of that as well. But there's also a tracker where we can stay abreast, right, of how they're moving, where they're at in their movements. Are they completed, close to being completed? What is their status, right, in all of these initiatives? I would just read it myself, but what I think I'm going to do is just quickly share what I posted today. I won't play the whole thing. Some of you may have seen it, but I do want y'all to, oh, that's me, sorry. I'm trying to get to the video, 1 second. Yeah, it's called Reminder. We had the blueprint of the first 180 days. Were we paying attention though? I don't know. I don't know, because some of the conversations I'm having, I think they thought this was a game. I think some of us thought it was only about immigration and borders. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. If it was just that, I would not have gone so hard from November through January in trying to get the word out. And I'm happy to see more of us speaking about it. I was concerned because some of my favorite people that I follow, that this was not a topic, right? But now it's becoming more and more of a topic, and I'm glad to see that. And so hopefully more and more people are jumping on board. But let me just go ahead and share. Okay, hopefully, let me just pull that up. Okay, I'm going to play just a little bit of this so you can have a reminder of the top 30. And I'll probably play on 1.25 speed. That should be good enough for everyone. So you can remember, so you can recall exactly, what they said, what the peoples were saying, right? And so let me just go ahead and put that up to a faster speed. We'll get through it quicker. It's a quick video. Kim, aka Kim with the gems, is in the building tonight. Now we're going to summarize, so you know why this is so important, so critical, and why we need to get our house in order, why we need to not waste time thinking we have a whole lot of time, because in every document that I just listed, child, they have listed from day one, no games are going to be played. Listen, they got all the resources they need to make this happen. So we're going to go through just under 30 of the, before I go on, if you go to the Beacons channel, this document is still available, free download, and the document includes links to Project 2025 policies, the heritage.org website, and other things. So you can go ahead and do your own research. Like I said, I ain't making this up. This is not for play. So let's just go ahead and finish listening to the top 30 things. And then we're going to track. We're going to track some of the things. And we're going to go through them quick. We're going to go through 30 of the highlights of this 900-page document, right? Ending no-fault divorce, which is insane, especially as it relates to women. A complete ban on abortion without exceptions. Banning contraceptives. Additional tax breaks for corporations and the 1% higher taxes for the working class. Elimination of unions and worker protection. And as I'm going through this list, just in the back of your mind, just think about how many Black people will be affected by this. Or for those who don't like that word, African Americans. But that's not the big issue, right? How many of us will be affected by their mandates, right? Their promises. These are promises and mandates. And so elimination of unions and workers, raising the retirement age. It's already been raised, right? I think now you have to be 67 to start collecting. Instead, it used to be 65 to start collecting certain benefits. They want to raise that. But they want to cut Social Security. They want to cut Medicare. They want to end the Affordable Care Act, raise prescription drug prices. And when I say want to, these are promises and mandates. They have to get passed and things have to still go through the legislation, right? But they have the legislation and they have the Supreme Court. And so, where's the battle? Where's the struggle, right? There'll be people play acting, right, to appease their constituents in their local, homes where you know what I'm talking about. But like I said, there'll be some play acting going on. Eliminate the Department of Education. Again, keeping in mind what this means to our children. Use public taxpayer money for private religious schools. Teach Christian. Before I continue, what just happened? What just happened? What just happened? An order has been signed to completely get rid of the Department of Education, right? They talked about how now the student loans are going to go to the Small Business Administration or something like that. Listen, this video was from early December. There was one from November that talked about this too when we broke down Project 2025, or when we started breaking down Project 2025. But I truly want y'all to understand that this is just the beginning, and everything they said, they meant that and they did that, right? They're doing that. And we are in such a tailspin that the only way that we'll be able to survive is to pay attention to what they have promised us in this document, what they have promised to happen, right? And so let me go ahead and just get through the rest of them. Again, Christian religious beliefs in public schools. So if you are Catholic, if you're not Christian, what does that mean for you, right? And we already see somebody holding up a Bible. We don't know what's inside that Bible. We don't know how they're going to change the Bible, right? I said I'm not going to. End free and discounted school lunch programs. Again, keep in mind, how will this affect Black people? End civil rights and DEI protections in government. Ban African American and gender studies in all levels of education, from pre-K all the way up through post-grad. Ban books and curriculums about slavery. Child. Y'all heard about the Jackie Robinson debacle, right? Y'all heard about the Tuskegee Airmen debacle. You heard about the banned words that are going to be used in federal government now, right? My StreamYard is StreamYarding. I've seen it happening on other channels, child. Just roll with it. Yeah, so the fact that it's only been we're only 1/3 of the way to the 180 days. And so many of these things, and we'll go through the Project 2025 tracker in a minute, but so many of these things are either completed or in progress. Again, we just need to stay ready. And the rest of this week, we're going to talk about ways to stay ready. So tonight is just really a recap. Listen, if you know all this stuff, then, you could come, you could stay and be part of the family and, commune. But tonight is a refresher, because I think a refresher is required, because I've been speaking to so many people that are like, I can't believe, how is this happening? Listen, they said it, they meant it. And if we could take a piece, I'm not agreeing with any of these things, but if we can be as committed as they are to achieving results, we would be all right. But we're so focused on the shock and awe. We're so focused on just watching the news and doing nothing that, yeah, we can't let them win is all I'm going to say. So let's just get back to the video real quick. We're almost done. And I also want to try to bring up the words that are being banned for those of you that may not be aware. Ending climate protections, increasing Arctic drilling, deregulate big business and the oil industry, promote and expedite capital punishment. That should have been bold, and I'll talk. The bold ones really, really, really stick out as direct attacks, right? Direct attacks. A lot of these have an underlying attack, but these are direct attacks to Black Americans. Promote and expedite capital punishment, end marriage equality, condemn single mothers while promoting only traditional families. And if you read inside their other books or their other promises and documents and mandates, they call out that that's 70% of Black families, single mothers. That's 70%. So they intend on condemning 70% of our familial, right, our family makeup. Defund the FBI and Homeland Security, use the military to break up domestic protests. Let's just start right there. This is my plea to my people. Be careful in these streets. This is not the same as George Floyd era. Be careful in these streets. They said it, they meant it. So we saw what happened January 6th, right? All those people free to probably be knighted or given some type of sheriff's badge to do all of these things that they're talking about, that the military is supposed to do, breaking up domestic protests. You see what happened. I'm not sure if you have, but if you haven't, I live in New York, so it's a very breaking news everyday story about the student at Columbia who is now being detained for being part of, the demonstrations about what was going on in Gaza. And so he probably, is out of here. I don't have faith that they're going to keep him, and he will be made an example of, along with the teacher or the instructor who came back in the country. It's so many stories. Let's just be safe. Let's just protect ourselves and be careful. Okay. In the back of your mind, mass deportation of immigrants and incarceration in camps. And birthright citizenship, which was a protection under the 14th Amendment. And if you think that that's all they're coming after when it comes to these amendments, think again. This is day one, right? This is day one. But also in those documents, the Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act, all of that, all of these amendments and acts are part of their mandate and promise to desecrate, to make America great again. I'm just going to say one more time. If y'all think this is just about Mexicans being deported to Mexico, you're missing the big picture. You are missing the big picture. We've already seen, as they talked about, ending birthright citizenship, and we're going to get into the tracker in a second. I'm not sure birthright citizenship is on there, but anyway, that we've been hearing about that over and over and over again. Judges are now reviewing to see what that means, especially. Well, they're first going to start with, the people that came here and became birthright citizens, right? But they're going to go down the gamut, right? They're going to go through the whole amendments. What Dr. Claude Anderson, who I think is amazing. If you don't know who he is, please try to find him in these YouTube streets. Calls it the second Constitution, right? It's the second Constitution that includes all of these amendments. And the 14th Amendment is currently under attack. And the promise and the mandate is to get rid of it. And as they see Black people, we are birthright citizens, right? We are not, based on the amendments, we are birthright citizens. And so let me just finish with this and then so the 14th Amendment, for those of you that don't know, when it comes to birthright citizenship, it guarantees that every child born within the jurisdiction of the United States is a U.S. citizen, regardless of their parents' immigration or citizenship status. So again, that is pretty much standard across most countries. If you come into the country and you give birth, citizenship just becomes your right. But we know that more brown people have been coming here, and less white people have been coming here and giving birth. And so that, tips the scale in in making America white again, basically. Banning Muslims from entering the country. Why just Muslims? Why Muslims? Eliminate federal agencies like the FDA, the EPA, we kind of talked about that, NOAA, and more, and continue to pack the Supreme Court and lower courts with right-wing judges so that all that they plan to disrupt cannot be undone for decades, hundreds of years. And so one of my goals on this, so I'm going to stop there. The video is the last video posted on the channel. There's a longer version. I'll include the link. Once this renders, I'll put the link up here somewhere. Yeah, here. And you can watch the whole video. Believe that, let me stop sharing this. I do believe that, let's just go to the tracker. I'm going to share the tracker next. Hold on. Present. Here's the tracker. And I found this on, and I've linked it as well. It's on the Tabitha Speaks Politics. Let me get the name of the video. I think I included it in the links to the video. It is called, the Project 2025 Observer. So let me see. Can you see? No, you can't see it yet. Add to stage. There we go. This is the Project 2025 Observer, and it's supposed to track the progress of all of the areas listed in Project 2025 and how far they've come and how long they have to go, right? So just looking generally, they look at the overall progress. Out of 29 action items, 11 have been done and 4 are currently in progress. They are 45% of the way there within the first 2 days maybe. And we still have 117, 18 days to go in the 180 days. So you can look at this, you can search this yourself. It's called project2025.observer. The link is also in the description. Let me know in the chat, are you surprised by all of the, what they call warp speed, right? The warp speed changes that have happened in the first 62 days, 63 days, whatever. Let me know in the chat if you're surprised or if you're not surprised. I'm just curious to know who's in here. And if you are, one of those people like, oh my gosh, how did this happen? How did we get here? So again, it tells you the time until end of term. I don't even want to look at that. That's depressing. But the progress by agency, if you look at the Department of Education, there were 23 objectives. They are 50% done. Department of Health and Human Services, 1 objective, they're 50% done. EPA, 2 objectives, 50% done. 1 objective for the Department of Defense. Oh, wow. So let's just look at this. The Department of Defense is saying that they're going to require all schools that receive federal funding to give students the military entrance test. I don't know, y'all. I do not know. Let's go back to the Department of Justice, 1 objective, and they're 0% done. Department of State, 1 objective. Let's see what Department of State says. Oh, withdraw from United Nations educational, scientific, and cultural organizations. Okay. So I need to spend more time with this too. I just looked at like the stuff that they're 50% done with, and let's quickly take a look at that. So we've been hearing a lot about the Department of Education, so much so here in New York, Columbia, which was such a known university to allow freedom of speech and um, embracing all types of cultures and backgrounds. Well, they just kind of kissed the ring in order to receive their $400 million in federal funding. And there's going to be, I don't know if the protest was today or it's tomorrow, but there's a protest, including faculty, of people that are just not too happy about that, right? So we clicked on to the Department of Education. It gives you a detailed breakdown, right? So it tells you that there are 23 things in total that they're looking to get done. 10 of them have been completed and 3 are in progress. And so let's just quickly look at the education, the things that have been completed. Break up the Department of Education. Check. Cease investing Title IV disparate impact cases, effectively achieved by closing most civil, will be virtually impossible to resolve discrimination complaints. Completed on March 12th. Okay. Rollback student loan forgiveness and income-driven repayment plans. They say that's been completed as of February 28th. And there's more. I'm not going to go through each one of these, but here, ban critical race theory in schools that receive federal funding. Completed January 29th. Now, completed may not mean that it's been completely vetted through all of the court systems, but as far as executive orders are concerned, and once, like I said in the video that we just watched, everything, they have everything. They have everything on their side. So we saw all these confirmations of these people that should not have been confirmed because they have everything on their side. And so do we expect for these things to continue to be challenged? Absolutely. It's an uphill battle. You know, it's swimming upstream. And so we'll see. And we heard about the, pullback of some of the funds that, help feed the students, and from breakfast to lunch and certain, I don't think it's a national ban yet, but there's certain areas where it has been banned. And so let's just get to some of the comments. You can check that out. Again, the link is in the chat. You can go ahead and look at it yourself and keep track that way. My goal, once again, is to absolutely come back this week. So I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to share what we're going to talk about on Wednesday. And let's see what y'all are saying, because I did ask if y'all were surprised. And like Christine says, please hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Hey, Casper, good to see you. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Crystal, good to see you. Yeah, it is crazy. Absolutely. Absolutely. Agent Dawkins says she's not surprised. Listen, there are a lot of people that are. There are more people that are surprised than are not surprised. And when I say people, I mean of us, and even of them, quite honestly. If they didn't, we talked about what was going to happen with the VA, right? We talked about how they wanted to gut these federal agencies, but there are so many people. Oh, I went out to dinner, y'all. Do I have something in my teeth? Sorry, y'all. That's why I was a little late. Anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, so we talked about all of these agencies being gutted, but there's so many people that I still hear, even that I see in my social media feed, that are just super surprised. Moni's not surprised. Casper says not surprised. They said it. Now, like I said earlier, I will say I was surprised as to how many executive orders were signed in such a short amount of time. I knew this was coming. I just didn't know what it was going to look like. I didn't know the timing. of it, how they were going to proceed in getting it done. But once I saw what was happening, then the math started mathing. It started making sense. Laura says she's not surprised, and Miss G says she's not. Hey, Miss G is not surprised. Crystal says not even a little shocked, not at all. ABS girl, not surprised at all. You're right, WM. They have been planning this for decades. And listen, they got the right one. Yep, they were planning, Christine. You're right. LJ's not surprised. Okay, these are my flawless people. Hey, hey again, Ms. G. No, they don't. They don't want us in senior roles, making money, and not dictating, ranking. They don't want us in high ranking positions. Front line, yeah, they'll put us in the front line, but you're right. You're right about education will go back to the states. New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut use less than 15% of Fed funding for education. The red, especially southern states, need more Fed dollars. Children's education will be, or children ESP. Okay. Or children's education will be awful. There's so much that's going to be awful, including colleges and funding from Pell Grants. There's a lot that's going to be awful. So much that's going to be awful. But there's solutions, right? There are ways to stay ahead of the curve. And one of those ways is to really understand Project 2025. So we literally talked about the top 29 things that we went over some months ago. But what we didn't do yet, and I want to do this week, is get a little bit more granular on what to expect. So if you're not following the channel, go ahead, follow, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, because this is going to be another little movement week, right? So definitely today, tomorrow, Wednesday, and Friday, I will be back. Today, it was all about, it will only get worse. The first 180-day promise, just a refresher for people who may not have gotten the memo. And I'll keep it nice, right? Who may not have gotten the memo. But tomorrow is going to be a deeper dive into what to expect, exactly what they have planned for us in the next 117 days. And I'm guesstimating, let's see. Let me give you a real timeline. So he came in office the 20th, right? So January 20th to today is March 24th. It is a total. Oh, I could have just looked at the tracker, right? Oh no, the tracker I think till the end of the term, right? So let me just see what they're saying. So far it has been. No, that's not right. Hold on a second. It's 60 something days. So January 20th to March 24th is 63 days, right? So we'll do 180 minus 63 is 100. Yeah, I was right. 117 days. So we have 117 days for them to accomplish a whole bunch of stuff. And we're just simply going to, try to stay close to it, and so that we can prepare for it. And so I do want to pull up the list of banned words if we have time. Have y'all heard that there are new federal banned words that the government is not supposed to use, including words like Black, Latinx, culture. I hope I can find it. I really hope I can. I have so much going on, including my taxes, y'all. Pray for me. Gotta get these taxes done. I'm trying to remember where that, oh, I could probably, no, it's not. I'm going to have to pull it up on the screen. Hold on one second, y'all. Federal. I had it on my desktop. Federally banned word list. Here we go. Okay. They're denying 6 days ago. They said they did not create a banned word list, but they're lying. You know, they're doing what they do. They're doing what they do, child. You know what? I'm not going to try to pull. I'm not going to waste. We'll do that tomorrow. We'll pull that up tomorrow because I want to use the list that I have. I think it was. I think it's easy to read. I just need to find it, and I have a bunch of receipts on my desktop right now that I have to try to work through. But I see some comments. I'm gonna get to them in a second. I do want to just let everybody know that tomorrow we're going to dig a little deeper into what's left, right? What do they still have to accomplish so that we are as prepared as we can be. Then on Wednesday, let me just pull up the exact title of what that's going to be. So on Wednesday, y'all, we will be talking about, well, I will have an amazing guest. He was one of our Maximize Assets, Grow Abundance instructors, and everybody loved him. His name is Hakeem Webb. He is a wealth advisor, a financial planner who is committed to our culture deeply. His love for us runs deep. Owned his own brokerage on Wall Street. He's now based in Atlanta, and he's going to come and talk to us about, I don't want to mess up the title, so give me 1 second, y'all. At 8:30 p.m. So I'll probably post the reminder tomorrow. I mean tonight, maybe tonight or tomorrow. We'll see. But it will go. Why is this not letting me open my Gmail? I'm sorry, y'all. It's not letting me open my Gmail account. Okay, it just let me open my Gmail account. So the title of Wednesday's session is Help. I want to move abroad, but my retirement accounts are in the US. What do I do? He specializes in retirement accounts and how to plan for that day. So even if you're not at retirement age, but you're thinking about relocating, this is the session you want to be at. What is it like to retire abroad with US-based retirement accounts? And how do you navigate the transition? Not only that, how do you, if you're not at retirement age, if you're looking to move abroad, how do you keep contributing and how do you withdraw, right, some of your assets with the least penalties, with the least amount of cost to you or risk to your savings? And what should you be doing if you want to move abroad and you have retirement accounts, IRAs, 401ks, 403bs, whatever they are? We are going to hear from Hakeem, who has been in this game for over 30 years and knows all the tips and all the things. He's actually going to come and be our guest speaker once a week during the month of April, during National Financial Awareness Month. And so, yeah, so I'm excited about that. And I advise you to go ahead and subscribe now. Yeah, so every Wednesday. So tomorrow it's National Financial Literacy Month. I said awareness. It's National Financial Literacy Month this April, well, every April. And so we're going to have him as a guest speaker so that we all, are ready for whatever. And then the week after that, we're going to talk about, let me just go ahead and tell you what the week after. I'm not going to do the whole lineup, but the week after that is the smart retirement solutions for entrepreneurs, also solo 401ks that align with your values. So if you are an entrepreneur, we're going to talk about smart ways for you to plan your retirement with even with everything going on, right? We know Social Security. Yeah, Social Security is a hot topic. People are worried. Am I going to be able to collect when I get to that age? Well, we're going to make sure that we plan for that, right? We're going to talk about ways to best plan for that. And so, yeah, and he's also coming back as our instructor for our spring cohort, which is now starting on April 22nd for 4 weeks. If you're interested, the link is in the description. You can read more about it. MAGA people, y'all go ahead and let the people know that this is something that they don't want to miss. So it's going to be a 4-week session starting April 22nd through May 17th. And we'll talk more about that on Wednesday as well. So let me just see what y'all are saying. Okay. Let's see. We will always shine no matter what tactics they use to try to suppress us. Yeah, we will. We just need to prepare. That's all. We can't, shine on a hope and a prayer and, nothing else. But yeah, we just need to know what's going on. We need to not always be on the defensive, right? We need to be on the offensive. And so, yeah, they are deporting so many. Definitely in more subservient roles, right? You need a working class. We are in a capitalistic society. I've said this time and time again. You can't have rich without having poor. And they obviously want to stay rich, right? They obviously want to retain their wealth. And so, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Yes, Ms. G, that's what they want. Yes, Hakeem is going to be here on Wednesday. And right now it's every Wednesday through April, at least the first 3 weeks of April. I should say for the next 4 weeks, Hakeem will be here to lead us into National Financial Literacy Month. And so we're going to, make sure we stay as prepared as possible, right? Make sure we protect our assets as much as possible. We had an amazing Maximize Assets Grow Abundance course that really talked about knowing how to play the game that they're playing, right? There's going to be a lot of wealth generated. How do you stay focused and help to, increase your assets and live in abundance? But on a smaller scale, there are certain topics as we think about exiting the country, right? Some of us want to move abroad permanently, temporarily. We still need to have our money intact, right? Barring any unforeseen circumstances immediately, right? Wealth still is going to be generated. And there are certain ways to generate wealth, and it's just what it is. And so we need to talk about that. So yes, Hakeem is going to be here next week, Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. This week, Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. And then he is back the following Wednesday and the following Wednesday and the following Wednesday. So 4 consecutive Wednesdays to help the people. Hey, Latrice. Yes, it has been a while. I was thinking about you. Just with the mess. I was thinking about you. I need to discuss that. But welcome. Does the Mexican consulate keep the required financial documents? No. They probably make copies, but they don't keep the ones that you send. No. That you bring with you. Oh, thanks for sharing that. Yeah, so if you go to the Black Travel and Culture store that Christine just shared, the document, the free document, the complimentary document that is in there, I forgot the name of it. I will try to look it up before. They didn't keep my paperwork, WM, at all. So much so, I still have my paperwork, which is part of my stay ready, so I don't have to get ready movement plan. I have all those copies. They probably made, I'm sure they made copies of everything, but they did not keep. Okay, I'll check that out. But what did I say I was just going to bring up? Oh, the store, to tell you exactly what the name of the document is, that if you're interested in getting the free document, it is called, I put it up so long ago. It is, I want to say it's this one. Yeah, it's called Stay Woke. Actually, I'll just put the link, the exact link. I don't know if that was the link you put, Christine, but I'll put the link for classes in session, which was the name of the video that I originally did in December. I'm just going to put that link. I'll just do project. No, it's not just project 2025. So I'm just going to do resources, including, I'm not going to, there's a typo in there. Y'all just going to have to be okay with it, because it's project 2025. Resources, no, RESORCES. Okay. So I don't know if that's the same one you put. No, it's not. So the link that I just put in, that's the free resource guide for anyone who wants to, look at the policies for Project 2025, look at the Heritage Foundation. I recommend signing up for their newsletter. Don't buy nothing from them, but sign up for their newsletter. See what's going on. Let's see. Do not. Oh, you said you will email me. Okay, perfect. Do you think our money should be moved offshore? Come back Wednesday. You can ask Hakeem that question. I am not a fiduciary or a financial planner. Everyone's situation is different. And that's why I stay close to fiduciaries. And one will be here Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Countries that pay immigrants to move to their country due to low population, is the process simple? I don't know. So I don't know. If that question was for me, I don't, that's not my ministry, so to speak. I don't have any desire to partake in that. So I'm not sure. But I'm sure it's not simple. I mean, I'm sure it's probably competitive, and there's certain things that you have to, let me just say, my presumption is that it's not simple. But I don't know for sure, Agent Dawkins. But yeah, so Wednesday, tomorrow we are back. What is tomorrow? Tuesday. What time am I back? Tomorrow we are back again. Oh, you know what? Tomorrow we are back at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we're going to do a little deeper dive into what's left with the promises, the mandates that they have for this country in the first 180 days. Now, there's more mandates. Listen, that ain't the end. But for the first 180 days, we're going to dig into that, see what remains. And then on Wednesday, we have a guest speaker, Hakeem Webb, who will be talking to us about, listen, I want to get out of here. I may be a little nervous because my investments are here, right? My 401ks, my retirements, my investments are here. We're not going to be talking about real estate. We're going to talk about your monies, right? Your investments are here. What do I do? What's the best strategy? What is the best practices for somebody who may be wanting to escape or at least temporarily expatriate, right? So please come 8:30 for that. And then we're back on Friday. I'll let you know tomorrow what time on Friday and the exact topic. But until then, again, this was my way to just remind people it's going to get worse. Buckle up. Like, it's going to get worse. But when you are prepared, you don't panic, right? When you are prepared for what they're saying is about to come, you don't panic. You create plans. You create options. You're only as free as your options. And if you have none, then you're not free. And so I do want to quickly talk about, there was something that happened recently with the immigration, and it came to my mind when I read, oh gosh, oh yeah, please still, please still carry your papers, right? Make sure you have your documents confirming that you are US citizens, because there are some stories, right? There are some stories across this globe, across this country, I should say, that people are being harassed, people are being asked to produce. Yes, you can deny. Yes, you can say, I'm not going to show you. I'm not telling you what to do, but just stay ready. So if you do have to produce papers, passport, veterans ID card, whatever paper you have to prove that you are a United States citizen, go ahead and do that. You don't want to get caught up if you don't have to. Again, I don't know what can happen. We're just stacking the odds in our favor, and they are not playing. They are just, I've seen so many things that would once have been deemed illegal, like you can't show them. I don't have to show you. I don't have to do that. I don't know. I don't know if they're still illegal. So I just want you to be prepared. And if it could make the process, simplify the process of you going home, right? Know your rights, definitely know your rights. But if it's a simple process and somebody stops you, child, go home, go home. These people have carte blanche. Some of them do. So I so much appreciate your strength. Oh, thank you so much, anonymous friend. I appreciate that. But I will be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All of the thumbnails will probably go up late tonight for tomorrow and Wednesday session. I need to figure out Friday's time, but we will definitely meet again on Friday. And I'm probably going to do like multi-days for the next couple of weeks. I want us to track the next 180 days. I want us to be in community to talk about the next 180 days, because things are going to be happening like lickety split. Our heads are going to be spinning. And I want us to be in community. If you're not part of the Flawless community, we meet once a week to really talk about solutions, to really talk about strategy, to build community. The link is in the description to join our Flawless family. Our Flawless family just simply means the highest level of clarity. With a gemstone, the Flawless gem is the most expensive gem, not because it's perfect, but it's the highest level of clarity, right? So that's how we pattern ourselves there, and we build with each other. And so if you're interested in joining that community, you could either join, I think it's 2 or 3 months, whatever. The link is in the description. Our next meeting is Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hey, Flawless family who's here. I see many of you here. So we'll meet Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Anyway, and you'll have the Zoom link once you register. Once you register, the Zoom link populates. Feel free to join on Thursday at 8 p.m. for a good old strategy session. Anyway, and then we also have a once a month game night, which is so fun. We do bingo, we do trivia, we do a whole bunch of things, and there are prizes. So yeah, we mix in some fun with all of this chaos. So anyway, thank you everyone for joining. Let me see. I caught everyone. Oh, yes. It's crazy foolishness. It is absolutely crazy foolishness, and you're welcome. Oh yeah, that was another thing. Thank you, LJ. So yeah, people coming into the country, they are taking people's phone and trying to, some people say when they take them, they're putting something with it, and it's like they're retrieving information. And if you say if they find out that you have spoken out against who's, they can deny you entry, right? You are deemed a threat, right? A national threat. to me so laughable. But yeah, so be careful. The recommendation is from some attorneys that I've been listening to is to not do facial recognition or not do fingerprinting recognition. Have a code that you must enter. They cannot demand that you enter a code without a warrant. But for your facial record, it's something different with the facial recognition and the thumbprint or the fingerprint that they can. I don't get it, but try to just have a code. Or they say travel, if you're traveling, travel with a clean phone. So if it's a burner phone, whatever, you don't need your regular phone, travel with that. And I'm talking across borders. I'm not just talking about, every day. That may happen eventually, but right now they're stopping people at the borders. Oh, wait a minute. I see one of my Mexico friends in the building. You're welcome, LJ. Yes, yes, yes. You have been a force in the community. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Hey, Brown Girls Invest Too. We need to do a chitty chit chat chat. Yeah, we're about to sign off though, hun. We're about to sign off. We've been on here 56 minutes, yeah. But we'll be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is probably 7 or 5 p.m. with you, 7 or 6 p.m. But would love to have you chat about what's happening in Mexico across the border. So for those of you who are not following D is of Brown Girls Invest Too. Please follow. She talks about, listen, she is the dividend income queen or savant. And she also helps people, get their finances together as well. But I would love to eventually, I got to figure it out, talk about what's happening in Mexico, because there's been a lot of changes with the residency situation. Dee has been in San Miguel for, it's been a while now. Yeah, it's been a while. But I met Dee in Guadalajara. She's a resident and went the other way on the border from Atlanta and now living her life like it's golden. And so, yeah, we got to figure something out. It's been a minute. So we definitely, okay, cool. Wonderful, wonderful. Yep. Getting your money right is important. It's so important. It should be priority, right? With everything else, getting your paperwork and everything. Getting your paperwork and everything in order. You got to get your money right, y'all. Oh, wow. It's been 15 months already in San Miguel. Wow. Yeah, so we definitely have to bring Dee on to share her experiences as well as how she's doing it, how she's making it happen, early retirement, all the good stuff. So there are ways to do it. We just have to plan, and we just have to be extra vocal about what's going on. If you see something, say something, tell people, share the video I posted earlier, the 8-minute video about what they have planned, the 29 things that they were prioritizing the first 180 days. Please, let's stay ready so we don't have to get ready. If you're not following, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. See you tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then again on Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But until then, everybody have a great night, and we will chat later. Good night, family.